What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sisters. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sisters. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sisters fans, I hope everybody's doing well. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Now, I was looking at some of the comment sections on the Sisters videos I've done over the past couple of days, as well as a Facebook group post. And let me just say, if you have not joined the Sisters Facebook group, I don't know what to say for you. We're well over 225,000 members, and when I tell you the conversations get in depth, like you can post something and depending on the context of your post, you could easily get a few hundred, if not over 1,000 interactions, like likes and emojis, but also comments. And the conversations get so deep that even I don't go through them in terms of reading every single thing, but I just am thankful for the amazing admins I have over there to help keep the group in check. But in this particular scenario, I actually saw an interesting comment about Calvin, and I'm not going to sit up here and give flack, but I think that it could be said that aside from the viral twirling scene from the last week's episode, not really a big fan of that storyline anymore. It seems at this point, kind of like with Gary and Andy, either you're going to be with Gary or not. Sabrina and Calvin, either you're going to be together or not. Just come on, let's do something different. But a lot of people are interestingly calling Calvin a hypocrite due to the fact that it's like, wow, so he can be mad about Sabrina hooking up with another guy, but all of a sudden he can just jump and be with another woman. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm a guy, but I have to say that I feel like there's a difference in context there because of the fact that the only times I think Calvin, from recollection, have actually been out with another person, well, let's just say another woman, was when the girls were having their girls' night out to kind of celebrate Andy getting her job back, winning the lawsuit. And that was the first time Fatima hung out with the women. She saw Calvin in the restaurant with another woman. And it's like, well, to be, quote unquote, fair, that's after Calvin literally expressed his desire to be in a relationship, and Sabrina rejected that offer due to the fact that she was trembling over the rumor that was told to her from Danny by that one dude who came home with her from the club, saying that, oh, well, I saw him in the bathroom doing cocaine. So instead of being mature and not confronting but asking Calvin about these allegations, she decided to let the rumor influence her decision making, which led to her getting the drug test by having Maurice have Calvin pee in a cup and everything. So it's like one of those situations where, what would you do in that situation? I mean, if you clearly want to be with somebody and they just say, no, I don't want to be in a full-time relationship, then there's really nothing else to do because you're wasting your time and theirs. So why not just, go with somebody else? Now, in the situation this time, it was clear that after being knocked the hell out in the bank, that Sabrina really wasn't feeling Calvin as much as she was Jacoby. Yet after getting punched, she decided to suspend Jacoby and, help out Calvin. And, next thing you know, he's in the apartment talking with Maurice. So it's like Maurice saying the same thing. Yeah, Calvin, I think it's just time to move on, do something else. Okay, fine. So he moves on and does something else with Peggy, right? So I really don't see the hypocrisy in that. I mean, if nothing else, Calvin is shown to be the more mature one by just moving on and making up his mind, as opposed to Sabrina, who, for lack of a better phrase, just has this way of kind of leading people on. And then, yeah, I don't want to lose this person, but at the same time, I don't want to be with them because there's so many rumors and speculation. So I'll keep them, within arm's reach, but I'll also pursue Jacoby. It's like Sabrina doesn't know what she wants. Calvin knows that he wants her, but not with all the baggage and drama that comes along with that because of her indecisiveness. So to me, seeing Calvin in that club with Peggy is not hypocrisy. To me, that would only be an issue of, let's say, and sorry, my chair has to squeak, but that's only an issue if, let's say, he goes out with like 4 different women. And then Sabrina's like, I want to be with you, Calvin. And it's like, well, you were with Jacoby. And it's like, well, Calvin, you went out with like 4 different women. I feel like if it was like multiple things, then it would be different. But at the same time, Jacoby was all up in Sabrina, whereas, Calvin and Peggy were just dancing. So, I'm just saying. And I feel like the conversation about being open-minded, that isn't something I really need to talk about, because Maurice kind of shut that down in the club when, Calvin was talking about, yeah, we live in a world today where people aren't open-minded about this, open-minded about that. How come you're saying like a man who's secure in his own sexuality can't hang out in a gay club because my dad's friends used to are here? Well, your dad's friends want to F you. It's like, Peggy comes in and then it's like, yeah, open-mindedness. But then she mentions, oh, well, we're open to a lot of things. We haven't had 2 guys before where it's me, Calvin, and another guy. And then Maurice is like, oh, really? He's like, no, don't talk about that, Peggy. Well, Mr. Open-mindedness, yeah, let's go dance. See what I mean? Maurice shut that down. It was like Calvin was being somewhat hypocritical, but Maurice shut that down right then and there. So that's why there's really no need of me to give my 2 cents on it, because it was already addressed in the show itself. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think there's a problem with Calvin quickly hooking up with another girl, or just going out with Peggy? I feel like that was just a reflex. And not to mention, they have the dynamic where they are well aware they're not in a relationship. They just hook up from time to time. And going back to that girl in the restaurant that Sabrina saw Calvin with, they were in bed later that same night, and she literally said, you missed that girl, you need to go talk with her. So it was just kind of a knee-jerk reaction, but also the fact that, well, I don't want to say the Jada and Will, like, we were on a break, so there was an entanglement, but it's like, what do you call it if the person that you want to be with says, I don't want to be with you, or I'm unsure about what I want? It's almost the same kind of confusion between Calvin and Sabrina when we're talking about the hypocrisy here, as it was with Fatima and Zach, where it's like, well, Zach didn't cheat with Fatima because they weren't even a couple. I mean, Zach tried to bring up the subject multiple times as to what are we, but Fatima is like, don't worry about it. But then when he gets caught for hooking up with his ex, all of a sudden it's a relationship level breach of trust, because that was quote unquote cheating. So it's one of those things where it's like, unless we are both on the same page, is it cheating? Am I being a hypocrite, or what? So let's talk about it more in the comment section below. And as always, if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I'll talk to you in the next video.